question.
No, well, go ahead.
You know, if we allow the Second Amendment to get trashed at this opportunity, what concerns me most is where does it end? This is 2013 and we're trashing the Second Amendment. What's going to happen in 2014 if we allow people like Blumenthal, Malloy to make the decisions for the people of Connecticut? They'll be coming knocking on my door. I want your pistol permit. I want to see where you're storing your guns. I want to invading my privacy, invading my home to try and fit their own agenda. We're heading down a slippery slope here, and it doesn't end with what decisions are going to be made in the next few days in this legislature. And we allow it to happen, we're going to have to face the consequences.
Senator Hartley, I want to revisit something that you said before. I believe you said something about you're determining between 7 and 15 rounds for what's appropriate for a magazine. And I just want to ask you, based on history, I'm kind of a history buff myself, you know, history does repeat itself. And I hate to say that, I'm sure no one wants to hear it, but I'm a psych nurse, and I see people every day that are very ill and that have less and less funding, less and less places to go, and they're just ticking time bombs. So right now you're saying, okay, let's make a law, say 15 rounds is fine, or 14 or 13. What about the next time? When this law doesn't work, when this law doesn't change anything and doesn't protect anybody, are you going to knock it down to 10? Are you going to knock it down to 8? Where's the limit for that before somebody says, we're not really accomplishing anything?
You know, I understand your example about history, and yes, the facts are that it has repeated itself, and past is prologue very often. With regard to what we're talking about, and that is the magazine limit, I cannot recall, because there's just been a deluge of stuff, if there was a magazine limit in both proposals. I have a feeling there wasn't. Rob, do you recall?
No.
Yeah, okay. So then the magazine limit is only in the proposal that came out of the group chaired by Senator Looney. This, you know, this hasn't happened yet. This is going to be a matter of discussion. I mean, I just met with another senator, another Democratic senator today from the other side of the state, you know, and we were talking about our issues with what was put out. I will say this to you, that there was initially a plan to put this proposal out. There was one chaired by Representative Minor, and Senator Lee was the other co-chair. And there were two proposals put out today. The one that Senator Rooney put out was the one that had the magazine limit in it. Initially, there was a plan to put all of the Democratic members on that proposal. And I made them stop that, because I said, I don't recall where we have all sat at the table and we have all agreed to all of these things that are in here. And so with that, there was a lot of scurrying and so forth, and we went back and forth. But long story short, the names were not put on there. And the reason for that is because there is not agreement by all of those members about that list. And that list, as I look at it, is the laundry list. It's like everything. It's like, you know, you say, throw it all up against the wall. Well, that's the list. But what happens is when that gets put out there, then the impression is that that is the consensus position of that entire group. And that is yet to be determined, because, as I said, I've had conversations with others and there's concern. Now, on the magazine limit, I will tell you that there will undoubtedly probably be some kind of definition of, you know, the magazine limit. I don't know where that is right now, but what I'm saying to you is that list that you're going to go and look at on the website is not a consensus list by the people, the Democrats who worked on that. Okay, that's the master list, if you will. My feeling about that is that needs to be negotiated down and refined to find that makes sense placed, what will